First at 6, a series of mail thefts has Naugatuck police asking for your help. What we know and how to best protect yourself coming up in a live report.
With that, the Travelers Championship heads into a playoff between Scotty Scheffler and Victor Hovland. We'll share when the pair are expected to face off later on this morning. It is 6 o'clock on this Monday morning. I hope you had a great weekend and you're ready to start fresh. Thank you for joining us here. I'm Symphony Privet.
And I am Bridget Bjorley. I hope your weekend was great. So nice. And what a finish for that Travelers Championship, which continues today at 9 a.m. We'll have a live report shortly. But first, let's talk about the fog. It was a foggy start to the day. Hard to see in spots, Rachel.
We still have that fog out there this morning, so it is lingering. It is expected to lift. Give it a couple of, maybe an hour or so. We should see improvements in that department. And we are also, the big weather story this week as we start our Monday is going to be that extreme heat that is on the way for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you're sending your kids to summer camp, outdoor summer camp, as well as any outdoor workers, this is your early warning that heat indice values will get quite dangerous. Up to about 110 degrees is what it will feel like during the peak of the daytime heating. And that's going to likely be right down to the beaches, or it could feel like triple digits by Thursday and also into Friday. Here's that fog we were talking about. So that's the other weather story this morning. Down to about a quarter-mile visibility in Meriden as well as in New Haven. Half a quarter-mile visibility in Hartford, as well as Groton. So difficult travel on the roadways in spots. Otherwise, our numbers out the door: 65 in Meriden, 60 degrees in Torrington, 62 in Willimantic, and 61 in Windsor Loch. So we have the fog now. By the late morning, early afternoon, we see those improvements with decreasing clouds, and temperatures get up to around 89 to about 90 degrees this afternoon away from the shoreline. Shoreline communities likely around 80 degrees with a decent amount of sunshine for the day. So taking a look at our current temperatures, or at least the temperatures for today: 88 in Naugatuck, 80 degrees in New Haven, 80 in Brantford, 90 degrees in Hartford, 89 in Middletown, mid to upper 80s towards Wyndham, 80 degrees in Waterford. So it will be a bit different along the shoreline for today. Temperatures for tomorrow around 90 degrees, and then we're really building in that heat and humidity over the course of the overnight on Tuesday into Wednesday. So Wednesday morning, we're starting off in the 70s across the state, getting those numbers up into the mid to upper 90s. We could top out numbers near 100 degrees on Thursday. We'll talk more about that in detail coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02 on our roadways this morning. Taking a look at our drive from Fairfield, Bridgeport into Fairfield is around 11 minutes, so we're starting to see delays there. Travel speeds down to around 35 miles per hour. Taking a look at our New Haven drive times, no significant delays on the roadways. You can see that back up from New Haven to Bridgeport, though, and then Windsor to the 84 interchange is around 8 minutes. Westbound 84 East Hartford into downtown is 6. Over to you.
Hey, thanks, Rachel. We are following some breaking news at 6:03. Right now in Hartford, police confirm a shooting happened in the area of Main Street and Belden Street.
And that's where you find Fox 61's Joe Monty. He is live for us on Main Street. He has the very latest. Joe, what are you learning?
Good morning, Bridget. Really, all we know so far from police is that there was a shooting here earlier this morning. I spoke to an officer on scene probably a little before 5:30. He told us that they had already been here for a couple hours. And so it looks like there was definitely a scene here. You can take a look behind me. There was previously here on Main Street a section blocked off between Belden Street and Florence Street, right in front of the Belden Apartments. That since has just reopened probably within the last 15 or 20 minutes. You can still see some of the remnants of the caution tape, a police car still here on scene. But in particular, one detail I want to highlight here is that on Main Street there's a pile of glass on the ground, and just a little while ago a tow truck came in and towed a car away, and there was a passenger window on this red sedan that was completely shattered, maybe blown in possibly, but it was there. When I first got here on scene, the lights were still blinking in the car. It looked like it was maybe still running. Again, they just towed that car away a little while ago, but you can still see the glass on the ground there in front of those apartments. Police still were working to confirm a lot of information with them at this time, but we can confirm at least that there was a shooting here in the earlier hours of this morning. There's also a scene, there was a police presence up and down Main Street earlier this morning. There was another scene a little further down, maybe just a couple blocks away. We were again working to confirm whether or not that scene was related to this one. Lots of information, guys, to confirm with the police this morning, but as soon as we can get more of that information, we'll be able to bring you more updates on air and online at fox61.com. For now in Hartford, Joe Monty, Fox 61.
Joe, we know you'll stay on it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. 6:05 now. The Naugatuck Police Department is asking for your help this morning after a series of incidents involving stolen mail from residential mailboxes. Fox 61's Aaron Coogan is live this morning with where those incidents occurred and how you can best protect yourself. Aaron, not only is this violating for residents, but a big inconvenience as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Naugatuck police say they're specifically investigating 2 incidents over 5 different neighborhoods, and in each of those incidents, mail was stolen directly out of people's mailboxes, sifted through and discarded all during the overnight hours. Now, take a look. Not only is stealing mail a federal crime with a potential conviction of 5 years in prison and up to $250,000 in fines, but a massive security risk, as you mentioned, to victims. These are photos released by police of some of the recovered mail. You can see paychecks, bank statements, and utility bills. Naugatuck police say most recently these incidents have targeted homes on Maple Hill Road, Horton Hill Road, Red Robin Road, May Street, and Mulberry Street. They say as the investigation continues with no suspect identified as of yet, residents in those areas should remain vigilant. Easy ways to protect yourself: retrieving your mail as soon as possible after delivery, avoid leaving outgoing mail in your mailbox overnight, and consider using a locking mailbox. Now, a big thing that they say you can help with is if you live in any of those impacted areas, if your mail was stolen, check any home surveillance cameras you have. And if you have anything, you find anything, any suspicious vehicles or people in your neighborhood, report it to police. We have the number on your screen. Of course, any new information that we get on this case, we're going to have it for you on air and online at fox61.com. We're live in Naugatuck. Aaron Coogan, Fox 61.
All right, thank you, Aaron. We'll check back in with you a bit later on this morning. 6:07 now, and happening later on this morning in Cromwell, the Travelers Championship will be decided with a sudden death playoff. It's between the top golfer in the world, Scotty Scheffler, and Victor Hovland. A lengthy weather delay in the final round forced the tournament late into the evening, and the playoff was suspended due to darkness. Tee-off is set for 9 o'clock this morning. Whoever wins the sudden death playoff will be crowned champion. Now, according to the Travelers Championship website, if you had a Sunday ticket, the tournament says those are valid for grounds access only. Main gates will open up at 8:30 and no hospitality or fan amenities will be available.
6:07 now, and 9 people were forced out of their home after a caught fire. We're told it happened just before 2:30 afternoon. This is on Capitol Avenue. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Crews were able to bring the fire under control, and firefighters say the 3rd and the 2nd floor back porches were damaged. The Red Cross is now helping people who are displaced. We are still working to find out how the fire started. That's part of the investigation. And just a few miles away in West Hartford, a dozen people were displaced after a kitchen fire at an apartment building. This one happened Saturday night at the Camelot Apartments over on Farmington Avenue. Crews say the building's sprinkler system helped contain the fire to the kitchen until crews arrived on scene. No one was hurt. Crews say several units, though, had significant smoke and water damage.
A hit and run on Saturday left one woman dead, and now her family is speaking out. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot met with the family of Keisha Ortiz Benitez, who shared what they will miss most about their loved one.
The family of Keisha Ortiz Benitez is hurting. Her daughter tells me she is hopeful whoever hit her mom will turn themselves in.
Please need justice for my mom. She did not deserve this.
Keisha is Keisha Ortiz Benitez's oldest daughter. She says her mom was a good person and will miss things they used to do together.
Going to her house to the pool with her and see her happy and dancing, and all my cheer competition rides with her, and spending my holidays with my mom.
Hartford police responded to Ledyard Street early Saturday morning for reports of a crash. When they arrived, they saw Ortiz Benitez lying in the street with serious injuries. She was taken to the hospital but died shortly after. Police say the vehicle involved unknown make and model drove away from the scene southbound after hitting Ortiz Benitez. Her mom says something has to be done to stop cars from speeding on Ledyard Street.
They're gonna kill somebody else, just like they killed my daughter, just like my grandchildren lost their mom right here. This matter. They should not do this every weekend.
Along Ledyard Street, balloons and candles lined the sidewalk in remembrance of Ortiz Benitez.
We was always together. I moved over here for her. Like, that was my everything.
Keisha's mom, Gloria, tells me there should be speed bumps along Ledyard Street because the cars go so fast as well as the motorcycles. She's worried someone else may die. In Hartford, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
All right, thanks, Kay. Time now 6:10. Congresswoman Jahana Hayes says she is recovering after a health scare that sent her to the emergency room. Hayes says she began feeling dizzy while shopping on Friday and went to St. Mary's Hospital in Waterbury. Doctors believed she may have had a blood clot that was successfully treated with medication. She was kept in the hospital for 48 hours of observation after she was discharged on Sunday. In a video posted to social media, Hayes said she's now feeling back to normal, though still a little tired. And she encouraged others to seek medical care if something doesn't feel right.